Okay, guys, chapter 21 of Lemons is titled Tobin's Dad. I yawn. Ugh, a long yawn. I say we call it a day, I tell Tobin with my chin in my hand. He looks at me over his glasses, and he's sitting on the riding lawnmower, shuffling through his yellow legal pad. I'm at the desk, waiting for the phone to ring and rereading the 4 letters I've gotten from San Francisco so far. One from Erica Vass, one from Lisa S., and 2 from Miss Cotton. Miss Cotton even sent me some pictures that she took of us together when I was staying with her. I stuck them to the wall above my bed with scotch tape. There's one of us planting vegetables on a rooftop garden, one of us eating Mr. Chin's fried egg rolls, and one of her just smiling into the camera. She reminds me of my mama, except she's younger and her hair is straight. And not curly, and brown, not red. But she's so pretty like my mama, even without lipstick or eyeshadow or plucking her eyebrows into skinny lines like some women do. Mama and Miss Cotton wore Birkenstocks instead of high heels and flowy cotton skirts instead of tight ones. Then they wore their long hair down their backs instead of wrapping it up in a fancy knot at the back of their necks. But the biggest reason she reminds me of Mama is her smile. It's the brightest smile you've ever seen. She grins with her whole face, so big that her lips almost disappear because of all her front teeth are showing. It was that smile that made me love her the minute I walked into her 4th grade classroom. And it's that smile that makes her most like Mama. Today is a slow and boring rainy Thursday at the Bigfoot Detectives headquarters, without one single sighting to investigate. Not one call today, I say. Not even Mrs. Dickerson with a pan of cookies. Ugh, I yawn again. It must be the rain. Let's watch television or something. Okay, Tobin says. We have leftover chocolate cake in the fridge. Want to go to my house? It's the very first time Tobin's ever invited me over to his house. Since his mom is always working, we usually just stay at Charlie's house or hang out at the store. Sure, I shrug. You have ice cream too? Yeah, but no vanilla. Strawberry. My mom only ever buys strawberry, even though vanilla goes the best with chocolate cake. I tell her that, but she never buys it. Okay by me. I eat all kinds, I reassure him. After locking up the Bigfoot headquarters, we head across the street to Tobin's house. It's a lot like Charlie's. There's a front porch. It's wrapped all around too, except their house is green with white trim instead of white with yellow trim. Inside it smells sweet, like chocolate and cinnamon, and also like flowery Lysol and a little bit of bleach. It's very clean and orderly, with no dishes in the sink, and even the mail is tucked neatly in a basket, instead of a messy pile on the counter like it is at Charlie's. Want to see my room? Tobin asks. I shrug. Sure. He leads me up the long flight of steps, which is just past the kitchen. When we reach the top step, I see a long hall with 3 doors. The first door is the bathroom. There's a purple flowered wallpaper covering the walls and one big fluffy yellow rug on the floor. That's my mom's room, Tobin says, pointing to the next hall, down the hall. The door is partly open, so I decide to peek in. The bed isn't made, but it's only messy on one side. There's a silver picture frame on the nightstand. In it is Tobin's mom in a beautiful flowing wedding dress, holding a bouquet of flowers. Next to her is the same man with reddish-brown curls who was in the picture I found in Tobin's leather case. Except this time, the man isn't leaned up against the car. He's in a suit, and his curls are parted down the middle and slicked down with a bunch of goop. I push the door a little bit farther and slip inside. Hey, Tobin protests. What are you doing? Who's this? I ask him, picking up the frame from the nightstand. He doesn't say anything. My dad, he finally says. Could you put it back? Where is he? I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? Did he leave? For Vietnam, Tobin says. He's a soldier? Yeah. He was drafted for the war 5 years ago, and he hasn't come home. Tobin takes the frame from my hand and places it carefully back on the nightstand. Did he die? We don't know. He just stares at the picture. When's the last time you saw him? He left the suburb before I started kindergarten. I only remember some things about him, like when he used to push me out the swings at the park sometimes. At the time we had an Easter egg hunt, and we collected all the eggs together. Mom hid them in the yard and around the house. There was even one in the dryer. My dad found that one, and before he left, he gave me a silver dollar. Did you love him? What kind of question is that? Tobin demands. I don't know. Of course I love him. Do you love your mom? Even though they sound like words, they feel more like stab wounds in my gut. Sorry, he says. I didn't mean to. I guess Tobin has his own volcano. I know it, I say. How did, she die? He asks me. I mean, how? I know she had cancer and all, but in the hospital, I say. I couldn't treat it anymore, and she got so skinny and real sick and lost all of her hair. It was a Monday when she stopped getting out of bed, and her best friend, Kat, who came over to help make meals for us. She needed to go back in. Kat's real name was Catherine, but no one ever called her that. Did you see her? I mean, after? I nod my head, and I feel that lump coming up in my throat, that same one that always does. Is your room the next door? I ask him. Sorry, he says. Yeah, I don't know. It's all right, I say as I brush past him. He doesn't say anything, he just follows me. I push open the third door. It's perfect. Everything is in its place. Not that I would expect anything different. His bed is made tight. So tight you could probably use it as a trampoline. It has a gray bedspread, and there are matching curtains hanging at the window. On his dresser, green army men are lined up in a perfect row, ready for their call to action. There's a poster on the wall of Apollo 11 blasting into space in 1969 on its first trip to the moon, and then a mini red rocket nightlight next to the bed. There are dark wooden cube letters over the bed that spell out Tobin. You like space stuff, huh? Yeah, he says as he sits on the edge of the bed. There's a stack of books on the nightstand, surprisingly enough, books about something other than Bigfoot, and I go down the titles. The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, Sing Down the Moon, and something about electromagnetic fields. I pull open the closet door and it creaks in a protest. Inside there are red t-shirts as far as the eye can see, all lined up perfectly on hangers. On Tobin's nightstand is a picture of him and his dad, and he's holding a basket filled with colorful eggs, and I pick up the picture. The man is smiling with lots of teeth showing, and he's holding Tobin's hand. He looks nice, I say. He is, at least what I can remember. What's his name? Scotty. Scotty Tobin Sky, he says. I look up at Tobin, and he looks back at me. Sounds like an important name, I tell him. He nods. I wish I could have met him. You will. He's coming back. I stare at him. What do you mean? You think he's still coming home? Yeah. He pushes up his glasses. You really think he might? I don't fake it. I know it. Every day I wonder if this is the day he's going to walk through the front door. That night I can't sleep. I can't stop thinking about Tobin and his dad. Scotty Tobin Sky. Part of me feels jealous that he gets the hope that his dad is still alive and will come home. The other part of me feels sorry for him that he doesn't know for sure. I wish I didn't know for sure. I wish I knew Mama might come back to me. I wish, more than anything, I wish she would. A low roll of thunder answers me. Mama? I whisper. If God really knew how much I miss you, he would send you back to me. I still need you, Mama. Elizabeth Lillywet. There's a windy rain that clicks against the window. Every 3 seconds there's a flash and then another roll of thunder. The storm's getting closer. I lie on my side under the fluffy rainbow comforter, staring at the red-headed girl in the frame on the new night table stand next to my bed. Charlie never asked me about the empty space on the wall where I swiped the picture. Another low grumble. Mama! Click, click, click. The rain answers me, spitting against the window. I sit up and I turn the knob on the lamp next to the bed. A small light glows in the darkness. If I had my glow-in-the-dark stars, I'd have no problem falling asleep. Maybe Charlie would order those from the Sears catalog, too. I sit up in bed and I sigh. The latest book Charlie bought me is on the old rickety trunk at the end of the bed, Ellen Tebbitts by Beverly Cleary. I slip out of bed, the bare naked floor creaks and groans underneath my toes. I grab the book off the trunk and stare at the worn wood and rusted metal, wondering what might be inside it. Maybe it's something really important and interesting, or maybe just some boring, colorless grown-up books. I decide to find out. On my knees, I wrap my hands around the edge of the trunk and pull, but it doesn't want to budge, like it's hiding something very important. And it's been hiding it for a very long time, and it isn't ready to share it quite yet. I push and tug at it until it finally lets go just a little bit. Then I wiggle and yank until the top pulls up from the trunk. It creaks and groans, telling me to leave it be, but I keep on wiggling until it makes it all the way up. The air inside it escapes into the room, an old musty smell mixed with the cedar. When the light reaches the inside of the trunk, my breath sucks in so fast it almost chokes me. Oh, I whisper. I stare at the inside of the trunk, unable to move. The rain clicks against the window and a flash lights the room. When the thunder follows with a loud crack, I jump and slam the lid of the trunk down hard. I scramble back under the covers and I pull them tight over my head. In the hall, I hear heavy footsteps creaking over the floorboards. The doorknob slowly turns. I know it's him. Lem? Charlie whispers. I hold my breath and pretend I'm sleeping. Lem? He calls, and I don't